Hey guys, friendly neighborhood Doc back here to talk more about Absolute Wonder Woman. This is issue 6, written again by Kelly Thompson, with art by Mattia De Iulis. And all I've got to say is where the Hayden Sherman artwork was extremely serviceable, this takes this artwork to a whole new level. If you've never read The Cull, also by Kelly Thompson, with the same artist, then you have done yourself a great disservice, because this book is absolutely amazing. The artwork in here shows character and depth and detail, and the more that you look at it, the prettier this book becomes. You know, you see something like that in the colors. It's almost like digital painting, and you get an interesting story in this book. I'll go over it relatively quickly. But you get a interesting story in this book, but not a lot of story progression. You learn more about Wonder Woman and her upbringing and her history and who she is and why she was made to be the way that she is. And that's a great story to tell. Unfortunately, it's only a 2-parter instead of being a 4-parter, 6-parter, 10-parter. You get to move the story along quickly. You also get to see a god in this book. You get to see Prometheus, who has been chained to this mountain by Zeus. And you get to learn that one of Wonder Woman's magic lassos, she has more than one in this title, was created partially using some blood from Prometheus. And you also find out that Prometheus gifted her Pegasus. But this is a story about Wonder Woman in Hades, and she's trying to traverse the underworld, and at the very end you learn why she's there, in order to save somebody who's very, very close to her and very special to her. So, as this continues on, this book is strong. To me, it's still the strongest of all of the Absolute books that DC is putting out. I read Absolute Flash by Jeff Lemire. I really liked the first issue. But as far as solid, this is the only of the original Trinity that came out of Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. This is the only book that I'm still reading, and I will continue to read, especially if we have this amazing artwork in each and every issue, because it elevates an already epic story when you're talking about gods and witches and Prometheus and Hades, and it gives it its scope. It's kind of like when Dan Jurgens was on Thor many years ago, and they brought on Andrea DeVito to finish off that particular run of Thor for the last, I think, 5-parter. And it elevated that book to a higher stature than the artist that had preceded him. And it helped bring the story to not only a natural conclusion, but it also built the character of Thor into somebody who was more relatable, because sometimes I think when you have artwork that is too cartoony, and I'm not talking about Hayden Sherman here on Wonder Woman, but I'm talking about certain styles. I like Scotty Young, but I don't think I would want him to be doing ASM interiors each and every month, because you would lose Peter Parker and his cast. It would become more like Fred Hembeck's old Spider-Ham books and things like that. There's a place for those, but not in the main title. So to see them put an artist of this caliber on this book, and I'm hoping that Mattia De Iulis stays on as the new artist. Like I said, no disrespect to Hayden Sherman at all. None whatsoever. But I just think that this other artist gives this title a better grasp of the weight that should come with it. Again, if you find the right artist, any story can sing. But this story by Kelly Thompson has been singing for now 6 issues, going on 7, and I can't wait to see where we go from here. Have you guys been reading the Absolute books? Have you checked out Absolute Flash? Have you been reading Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman along with this title? Let me know what your thoughts about the Absolute Universe are in the comments. And let's just keep bringing this awesome comic conversation each and every video. And let's continue to build and grow. And let's keep reading great books like Wonder Woman, like Absolute Wonder Woman from DC. DC is not necessarily on fire at this point, but it's definitely warmer than Marvel, in my opinion. All right, guys, thanks very much, and we will catch y'all in the next video. Take care.